Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Sri Ramakrishna is explaining regarding meditation. Master said to the Brahmo devotees, in meditation one must be absorbed in God. We saw what is absorption, getting absorbed in God. I get absorbed in God, like water gets absorbed in the sponge. So this aspect of absorption, when we meditate, we get, first thing is to sit in a proper posture. This proper posture is Sukham Sthiram Asanam we saw. And usually the lowest part of my waist, the waist has to be pushed forward always. And whenever we sit, we must see that we do not bend. While reading or writing also, we should not allow the waist to limp forward, lean forward. It must be always. The structure must be such that it can bear weight and strain easily. The muscle formation takes a different. Suppose I sit like this. I saw a few people always sitting like this. This waist will not have as if their waist is not having strength to sit properly. They are reading also, they will be sitting and reading like this. This is a very wrong posture, not helpful in our spiritual life and in meditations. This becomes an obstruction. So this lowest part, the waist part, has to be pushed inward. Now, throughout my life almost I can say, I have been sitting and I can sit for days together in one posture. And I don't, in train or buses when I travel, I never lean on the back. All people I see, they need one backrest to rest upon. Even in journey, thousands of kilometers I might have traveled at a stretch, but sitting without backrest, I sit like this. Now after surgery, I am finding a need with my aging body also. I feel many times that I must sit like this because of the heart surgery. So even then, I avoid sitting with backrest as much as possible. I've been like that, and just a simple thing is to push the waist forward. Push the waist forward. This one. Once you get accustomed and the proper this one comes, you don't need a cushion, plain ground. And the second thing what we see is one of the legs becoming numb. Leg slips off. It becomes numb. We think the blood circulation has gone or something like that. The usual understanding is blood circulation has stopped. No, blood circulation, if stops for 9 minutes, it will be dead totally. You have to amputate. The blood circulation will continue. There won't be problem. Because arteries go inward and veins come in the external part of the body. They smoothly go about somehow or the other. But when we come to numbing of the legs or sleeping we call leg, then it is nerve getting pressed somewhere. It is nerve, the nervous system, actually the sciatica or some nerve, one of the, it exactly passes through the hip joint and passes through the, our weight of the body falls on it and the further connections are disconnected because of the weight. It doesn't conduct. I cannot stand. The motor nerves is completely pressed. Motor nerve doesn't act if it is pressed. So this doesn't react. When you stand, you will start falling down. You cannot. Sometimes it will be most painful to stand. Or it will be, you cannot stand at all. It doesn't have the grip at all. It doesn't control the muscular system. So that particular nerve, I used to keep a cloth folded in such a way that particular nerve which is responsible for numbing is safe between the two cloth folds. I have one fold here, one fold here. I used to sit. Now slowly I started sitting to seeing that I have moved that nerve inside or outside my seat, where the bottom seat of my body. I have pushed, and then also it is working. Now the system has so managed itself, because that is what my awareness was there. Somehow it has to move away from the where my muscles are getting weight. So it has adjusted in such a way my bodily system that it passes in a particular way that I can sit comfortably. Otherwise, you have to fold a cloth, and make it roll and keep like below foldings. With foldings you have to keep. Just like this, we keep tabla, dakka and all and a simbi. It comes like that. Then also you will not have any, just a folded cloth, just I am keeping like this. At this edge where it is going to sit, the nerve passes safely on one because nerve is bone, hip bone is pressing the nerve. So behind itself the muscle is bearing weight and not allowing the bone to sit on the nerve. Behind muscles are supported. Then also it is very comfortable. You can sit, minimum 45 minutes you must be comfortably be able to sit without any distraction, no pain in the. If nothing is possible because of aging or some problem in the leg, you can sit on a sofa leaving your legs below. It will be most comfortable, but avoid taking back rest. And if you want to take back rest also, take just at the bottommost point of the hip, just at the joint where we bend like this, that portion, maybe about 5 inches above the seat, from 5-6 inches above the seat. There if you have, now sofa is there, I move as much back as possible, then you see that I am not taking full back rest. Only this much portion is pushing me, holding my waist, just waist alone is held. Now I am free in every respect. I can sit for meditation calmly. So see that about 45 minutes you are able to somehow leave the legs below, do anything, stretch the legs if it is not possible on the floor or anyway. See that your waist to head is straight. It will be most helpful. And finally, if even that is not possible, finally you have to take back rest or do something at least in easy chair of olden times. Cloth, we have to put rollers and support. That easy chair also. Last, if there is no alternative, to think of God is most important. Even there were people who were totally handicapped, physically challenged. Those people also have realized God. God realization independent of body, how much you can awaken the spirit within you. You are able to neglect this bodily existence. Blinds have realized God. Deafs have realized God. So many people with all ailments. One of the important characteristics we see in Vedic literature is Ashtavakra, who was totally in a different posture. He cannot walk freely. He was a Brahmagyani. So finally it doesn't matter if how much you feel yourself to be spiritual, how much you feel yourself to be body. Slowly we must shift our paradigm from bodily existence to spiritual existence. Be aware of the divine all the time, doing all the duties of your life, living with all people, and be calm, remain unaffected by the situations of life, the people around, independent of the people around, situation of life and your bodily conditions. It's going to, however strong you are in the youth, however egoistic you are there in the I don't care for this world, you may say, but as you age, all your ego mellows. You become helpless. Last, as you came into this world, helpless condition, you have the same condition. Great Pailwans, bodybuilders, they needed few people to support their body when they stand. That will be the state. So it mellows down. It is better we give up all this and call on God. It is going to be that. It's fate of this body. Now itself you have to start feeling yourself independent of body. I saw extreme old age people living body happily, joyfully, body in very bad conditions, suffering intensely. They are separated from the body and holding on to their Ishtadevata joyfully within and living in that body which is burning with diseases, and they are safe inside because they are holding on to the divine within. This is what is expected of all of us. Sri Ramakrishna is giving here a specific instruction that you have to get absorbed. Absorption. Absorption is possible the more you become independent of the material world outside and physical body you possess. Your awareness must contain yourself as a divine being living in this body. And don't associate your living in this body because you are a spiritual aspirant. Don't associate your living in this body as being body. You are living in this body independent of body. The more, don't stick to the body also. Let the body not limit you in any way. You are living, you are a divine child. The divine awareness of yourself will be the saving factor. Slowly you will start becoming, viewing everything objectively, not identifying with anything yourself. Everything is a beautiful combination. So in meditation, remaining time, you must see that these thoughts and associations will not disturb you in any way. Suppose you are moving in or witnessing a play somebody is playing shuttlecock or something and you are witnessing. See it objectively, trying to be divine, just blessing it and without absorbing it in mind and keeping it. Don't analyze, don't label, don't judge anything anywhere. The moment we see, we are accustomed to give judgment. Oh, he did like that, she did like that, she told like this, he told like that. This is wrong, that is right. All are driven by their past. Nothing can be done here. Nothing changes. Each is expressing what is within him. Each has built up a software of their own and they project it here. So, nature is there to take care of the world. God is there to save every soul. So, don't judge anywhere anything because it is going to obstruct your meditation when you sit for meditation. The moment you say, this is wrong and that person has done, then you can't meditate. That will be blocking your meditation and keeping you engaged in the external world. Maybe some other incident, unrelated, but because this is already there, the mind is working in a different way, reacting in a different way. So here we distinguish and make it. Wherever I move about, these are all passing shows. Clearly understand one thing, this is passing show. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to keep, nothing to project, nothing to do. Just keep on evolving by serving and loving this world as much as you can. So this expansion of consciousness, this love and service that you offer will be beautifully your inner spiritual unfoldment. For unfoldment, we need these things. Unfoldment takes beautifully. You can see a seed put in the ground, a little water and sunshine touches it. It shoots forth. It germinates beautifully. How the unfoldment, this plant had entered, got involved into the seed. Now that involvement is making it evolve back. That is unfoldment, spiritual unfoldment. We unfold. So the spiritual unfoldment becomes spontaneous, natural, clear, only when you are not involved in the world. You don't get absorbed anything, but give, give, give. We have come to this world to give, only to give and go. The moment you have expectation, moment you have judgment over here, then you are caught in the web. Very difficult to escape. Be a real divine child, uninvolved. If you are divine, then everything is safe. Identify yourself with the spiritual existence. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling, by merely floating on the surface of the water, can you reach the gems lying at the bottom of the sea? How do we sit for meditation? And then we are conscious of this world, we draw ourselves like drawing, withdrawing. We call it pratyahara, pratyahara. Yama, niyama, pranayama, pratyahara. Pratyahara is withdrawal. We try to withdraw, sit for some time, thinking of God. First itself I will decide. I am going to get up after 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Already limitation is put. So what meditation is possible under limited conditions? So the inward going itself is wrong way. I am withdrawing like parking a car in the garage in reverse. So ready to go out again. One of the important instruction for a driver is always, wherever you go, keep the car ready for going back. You go, turn and keep always turn and keep. The parking is always turn. If he is a professional driver, otherwise you leave and go and make all people sit and then take reverse. A sensible driver who has understood, he will never park in the way all people leave and go, leaving the slippers. They will throw somewhere and enter the house. One will be here, one will be there. We wonder, to leave the slippers in proper place, in a proper way. Man doesn't have patience. And this mind wants to meditate. Now it sits with all readiness to go back. It is a rough understanding of God and upasana and all, something he will be doing. So many interferences in the mind. All obstructions will be there. And it is ready. This is not the way into meditation. The meditation is done by turning inward. Turning inward and diving within. Just like you dive in water, you dive within and move to the core of your own being. So this turning is most difficult part, is to turn inward and dive within. Three things that we hold, it holds our mind not to turn inward, is world, our bodily existence and our ego. The three things. You must always remember, these three things do not hold you. World, your activities and all this, your duties, responsibilities, all this bind you. But be an instrument in the hand of God. Give up the kartritva, give up the possessiveness of this world. You have duties, you have a house, you have to take care of it, but never say it is mine. We have to leave everything and go one day. It belongs to God, I am His trustee, I have to take care. One day I have to leave and go. This property, all that, our children, relatives, friends, husband and wife also have to part one day. That parting is most painful, provided you hold. So don't hold anything, do your duties with great interest and total dedication. You have duties to your children, you have duties to your family, you have duties and responsibilities of the society, of the humanity, of the whole globe, of beyond. So, duties we have, let us do these duties towards our family or whatever it is, without getting involved in that, without getting affected by that. Nothing should hold me. I must be able to serve and love without involvement. Then you'll see your meditation is so smooth. The moment you are not catching anything, nothing is catching you. So, the moment you sit for meditation, every moment you are ready for meditation. So, turn inward, dive within. Nothing is holding. Similarly, body, again and again remind yourself to be spiritual being independent of bodily existence. Try to identify. This is called Anusandhana. In our sannyasa life, we will be given certain mantras. One is Mahavakya, Aham Brahmasmi. This is not a mantra that is to be repeated. In sannyasa, all the mantras are, none of the mantras are to be repeated. Suppose Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi, you go on repeating. You will not become Brahman by repeating it millions of times also, because it is Vaka expressing. You must feel that you are Brahman. You and Brahman are not two entities. When I say I am Vinayakananda, I and Vinayakananda are not two different entities. I am that. Aham Brahmasmi, Brahma is not different from Aham. I am that Brahman. Just like say, I am Vinayakananda, you will see that I am Brahman. This is Anusandhana, to experience that, to feel, to visualize, to simulate, to experience. We have to experience. That's called Anusandhana. And this matures into a reality later on. We move towards the reality. So, many things. I am a divine child. This dissociates you from the body. You clearly start understanding, I am living in this body. A little pain, difficulties, doesn't matter. For a few minutes, for a few hours, it is possible. So, this body I totally get identified with this bodily existence. We react to every pain. As long as we are awake, the moment I sleep, any amount of pain doesn't matter for me. I am disconnected from that body. Like that, can you remain disconnected from the body in waking state? It is a Anusandhana. Try to. In Bhagavad Gita, you see, first chapter told by Krishna, first chapter belongs to Arjuna's talk. The second chapter, Sankhya onwards, this is the first sermon of the Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Begins with the Advaitic truth. You are not this body at all. Why are you weeping for? The whole of the ultimate reality, he clearly points out and offers. This is this. What you are. Look, why are you? What for? You are not related to the body. You are not related to the world. You are pervading all this. You have an independent identity. Just holding on to the body. You are thinking his view of brother, father, sister and all. The enemies are there. What is this all? There is one reality. So, the identification of body, to break that identity, to give him a new identity, then he comes, he mellows, he understands. To understand Bhagavad Gita, the first sermon of Krishna, the presentation of Krishna is absolute Advaitic truth, Advaitic reality. We commonly use the term Vedanta. Vedanta has many other aspects also. There are Bhakti schools of Vedanta. Each has taken up the same Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, to explain their view of the Absolute. So here we see Krishna giving Advaitic truth. There are no two at all. You are not there. This world is not there. The Buddhi Yogam Dadami. I am going to give you Buddhi Yoga. That Buddhi Yoga is, you get your real identity, practice it to be. I am the divine child of Thakur. I am divine child of the Holy Mother. I am divine child of the Divine Mother. All these aspects, identifying myself. I have identified with the body in waking state. To dissolve that, I have to get a new identity. This new identity is, I am divine, I am pure. By repeating, bringing again and again to the, I am divine, I am pure, I am spiritual entity, I am spirit, I am Chaitanya. To bring this into picture, I slowly try to be that, simulate that, and get the identity. This old identity has to be discarded. New identity I must build up. Slowly, how did I identify with this body? Because of the karmic load and tendencies. All vasanas have made me to be identified with the body. Otherwise, there was no need to get identified with the body. I could have lived in the body as Jivan Mukta. The Jivan Mukta who is realized and not bound by the karmic load is still living in this bodily existence. So many Ishvara Kotis we come across in Ramakrishna's life. Realized souls, so many realized souls, Jivan Muktas, in the bodily encasement they live. So that is first begins with the self-identification. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.